Hello everyone. Today I'm recording a video on which are the documents that we'll update throughout the project. What does the PMBOK say, like which documents need to be updated, which need some different procedures to be updated, what documents can be updated throughout the project life cycle. Let me get started. Let's say we start a project and initially after a few days we found out that the requirements, the way it was captured was not nice. What do? We track it somewhere, and then during the executing process group we find that the team performance is being slow or the way we are doing things is not efficient. Where do we track that? We track it in some document, and then we see that during the quality the review has not come good, or when the particular deliverable is given to customer as a feedback and the client came and told it should have been done in this way. We record that. Now in which document do we record this? We record this in document called as the lessons learned. So lessons learned document is one document that we will go and update information throughout the project, and we also kind of use it. It is one of the organization policies and procedures document which can be used. So it's usually uh, these documents, that store and retrieve information. We will go and update them throughout the project. So lessons learned document will be found in the organization knowledge repository. It's the OPA, organization process asset, which we'll go and refer it, and then we'll use this document throughout the project. It is just not in the end of the project that we are going to record the lessons learned. Please remember this for your PMP examination, that yes, we will record the lessons learned throughout the project for the lessons learned document. Now let's come to the next document. You laid out a plan for your project and things are going fine. After 2-3 weeks you see that I think so we are a bit slow, let's do something in parallel over here. Which document will you go and update? You will go and update the project plan, right? And then let's say after 4 or 5 months certain part of the project is completed. Again, which document will you go and update? Project management plan, right? You'll just go and say check mark, yes, this is done, this is done. You refer your MPP or refer your Excel sheet and you just go and put a check mark, this is done, this is done. So it will be referred. And then when you're closing the project, which document will you go and refer to? You'll go and refer to the project management plan saying this is what we expected, this was the criteria we set for the output, this is where we are. You'll compare both these documents and that's done. So project management plan is the next document which you will refer throughout the project. Now if you want to change the project management plan, remember this, if you want to change the project management plan, let's say there was a delay of a month, you did not get some access which you were supposed to get the access. In that scenario you will have to request a change request. You will have to raise a change request and then you can go and change the project management plan. Please remember, project management plan, the project baseline, performance baseline, that scope baseline, cost baseline, and the schedule baseline. These can be changed only with the change request. You just can't go and directly change these things. So we covered 2 documents that we'll be updating throughout the project or referring to them, or will be seeking or retrieving information or updating information. So it's like project management plan and your lessons learned. Let's talk about this. You are in a status meeting with the manager, and then your manager says, what happened to the defects? Give me the list of defects. How many P1, P2, P3 defects? And let's say your dev cycle and the QA, and you've got, let's say, 5 or 6 sprints in this project. How often will you go and refer your defect logs? It will be throughout your project. Even after you go to your post-production, you'll refer defect logs saying, fine, there are 0 defect leaks, or there are like so many post-production issues. You'll refer the defect logs. So defect logs is the next document that you will refer throughout the project. So once the project work is started off, you'll be referring this document again and again. Similarly, you would have planned for some mitigation plans in case some issue happens, and sometimes you might miss out on those mitigation plans. At that time the risk will become an issue, so you'll also refer and update issue logs. Remember this logs, the issue logs, defect logs. These will be referred and updated throughout the project. Along with that, let's say You started the project with some assumptions saying that, okay, if this functionality works like this is the expected output. And later on, you figured out, okay, this new technology's functionality works in such a way that the output is going to be precisely like this. In such scenario, you will go and change the assumptions. Okay, like there was one of our project wherein we were using a particular search appliance, and then the results were like differing from the previous search appliance. And then we go and told the client, okay, this was what showed in the POC, and now the new search appliance is going to give us so many results, which is like different from the previous expected results. But this is how the function is going to behave. So that will be a part of the assumptions log. Sorry, it's going to be a part of the assumptions log. Okay, so assumption log is also one document that will be updated throughout the project. It is just not in the beginning of the project. Yes, we need these assumptions to be updated in the beginning of the project, but you will refer them, update them throughout the project. Let's say we begin a project, there are like 5-6 people from your client side, from your organization, and you put them in a stakeholder list. After 2 or 3 months of new people come into the organization, maybe at senior position or in your team, so you'll update the stakeholders. Towards the end, you'll get a new business unit who's going to come and validate the output. You'll also update them in the stakeholder register. So again, your stakeholder register stakeholder register is one which you'll update throughout the project. Okay, stakeholder register is one which you will update throughout the project. It is just not in the beginning. You just don't identify stakeholders and stop it. You look out for stakeholders throughout the project, their interest till the end of the project. Okay, and after that, let me come to the source of risk. Okay, the sources of risk, initially you will update them in the risk report. Okay, so we'll go and update the sources of risk in the beginning of the project, and then we'll also figure out what are the different sources of risk that are coming on throughout the project. We'll go and look into these different sources, right? You might have missed on these sources, so go and update the sources also in the risk report. You could do this at any point of the time in the project. Then after that, as I told you, what is one thing which you look throughout the project in your project meetings when you go and discuss? It is the risk. The risk can be coming in the initiating phase or in the closing phase, executing phase, planning phase. So there are many sources of risk, as I told you, from the risk report. So these sources can pop up at any time. So the risk register is one of those documents which you will again update throughout the project. And the risk can come from anybody. Anybody can update you about the risk. Okay, so risk register is also one of those documents which you will go and update throughout the project. Few more documents. The financial performance of the project. How are we burning down from the project? What budget was sanctioned and how good are we on this? So this also we will go and update throughout the project. In essence, we'll refer it, how much has been done, put a check mark, how much more money is there, you'll know the variances. With this variance, can I complete the project or should I do a new estimation, EAC? Then you'll go and update that. So with this, we'll go and update the project throughout the document, that's financial performance throughout the project. And then last but not the least, the performance metrics, right? How are you doing on the scope, schedule, and the cost? So all these 3 metrics, and maybe other metrics if you are there. So we'll go and update and refer these documents also throughout the project. Please remember, documents as such will be updated. These are like documents that get data, okay, retrieve information and also give us information, right? So these documents can be updated throughout the project. Plans, you will not update them throughout the project. For update a plan, the project management plan or the baseline, you will have to put a change request. That comes from performance integration change control process. Okay. So other few more things that you do not update throughout the project. Policies, processes and procedures. Policies, processes and procedures are usually done by a function that are outside the project, like the PMO team. You will have a set of templates, you will have a set of procedures defined earlier. There will be the way these things are done in the organization. So you just don't go and update this throughout the project. You can't change the policies, procedures and processes. There is a procedure to change the procedures. There is a procedure to change the policies, like change control procedure. You have to change. There's a process to go and do that. You'll have to change that. Okay. So policies, process, procedures like the templates, like the guidelines, okay, the change control procedures, all this will not be changed throughout the project. If like imagine you come and change a policy every 2 weeks, how difficult it will become for you to go and work on the project. Okay, so those were some of the documents that we will update throughout the project lifecycle. Watch this video a couple of more times, you'll remember them. So with me, let me just do very fast round robin to all of you so that you remember these documents name. Many times for PMP examination in the PMBOK, you need to know the document name correctly. So first one is your risk register, as I told you. Okay, so risk register needs to be updated, and then after that is your stakeholder register. Okay, these needs to be updated throughout the project, and then performance metrics throughout the project, financial performances of the project, the cost values has to be updated, and the risk reports, these have to be updated, assumption logs, these have to be updated, issue logs, this has to be updated, defect logs, this has to be updated, and then project management plan. So these are some of the documents which you will need to go and update throughout the project. And last but not the least, you have got your lessons learned. So friends, watch this video a couple of more times. Drop some comments if you need some more information on other videos that you want to watch. I wish you all the best. This is Aram Faraz, IT Program Manager from Bangalore. Have a nice day. All the best for your PMP examination and your project management. Bye bye.